Hey everyone, this is David Brown with the migration update for March 3rd, 2024 from the Braddock Bay Hawk Watch. It was a very foggy morning when I arrived at Braddock Bay Park. Since you couldn't see the birds out on the bay, I decided to go for a walk. I ended up going across the road to the Cranberry Pond Nature Trail, where I had my first of season tufted titmouse. And if you're ever driving to the Braddock Bay Hawk Watch, you'll see these signs that direct you to the Hawk Lookout and Braddock Bay Park. The fog was lifting a little bit, so I went over to the East Spit. One highlight there was a couple of American tree sparrows. And as I walked out the path, it was getting pretty foggy again, and you couldn't really see anything out on the lake, but you could hear the calls of long-tailed ducks. Here's a male red-winged blackbird in the marsh, and when it sang, it really flashed those red epaulets in the shoulder area. I returned to Braddock Bay Park to do the Hawkwatch, and it started off being pretty foggy, but throughout the morning it began to clear, and there was even a little bit of sunshine coming through. The winds were sort of a light northeasterly and not a very favorable wind direction for us, and it felt pretty chilly at times, and there was just very little raptor activity because of those unfavorable winds. At one point, I walked back to my car and I looked up in the trees back here, and there were 5 purple finches. But of course, by the time I walked back to the platform to grab my camera and come back, they were gone. Here's a bird that we heard call as it was flying over before we saw it. Here we have a type of plover, and it's got 2 breast bands. So this is a killdeer. We also had a small number of horned larks migrate over today. We also had the first eastern bluebirds of the season today, and as I told someone on the platform, they wear the sky on their back and the earth on their breast. Can't remember who that's a quote from, but I like it. Here's a group of 4 American widgeons, all males. Here's a Canada goose coming to land in the grass next to the platform, joining about 20 of its noisy friends. Here's an adult ring-billed gull. We notice on that yellow bill there is a black ring, and we can see that it has the typical wingtip pattern of adults where it's a lot of black with some white patches. We had a few flocks of migrating tundra swans today for a total of more than 100. Remember, tundra swans are the migrating swans that we see that have black bills. Trumpeter swans also have black bills, but we don't see them in large flocks like this. We could see this gull from the Hawkwatch platform and knew it was a black-backed gull, but we couldn't tell which kind, so Kim went over to the East Spit to get this digiscoped photo that shows that it's a lesser black-backed gull. So if we compare it to the herring gull in the background, we can see it's a little bit smaller. It's got kind of a medium gray back, yellowish legs, so lesser black-backed gull. Here we have a gull that's bulky and is dirty gray underneath, and that's indicative of a first cycle herring gull. Here we have another herring gull, but this is an older immature. If we look at the wingtip, we see a lot of black, but we don't see those distinctive white patches we would see on a full adult. And if you look at the bill, it also has some black remaining on it. So not a full adult, it's an older immature. Here's a group of about 100 migrating snow geese. Snow geese often migrate in messy V's like this. Compared to tundra swans, we see that snow geese show some black on the wingtips, and they also have shorter necks and a quicker flap because they're smaller. We had a few more great blue herons today, and it seems like this species has arrived a bit early this year. After the Hawkwatch, Kim and I went over to Burger Park to look for a northern shrike that has been seen there. Here we are scanning Salmon Creek. And the highlight was this flyby male common goldeneye. Burger Park has a platform that's very similar to the Hawkwatch platform in Braddock Bay Park. We watched a red-tailed hawk fly into this nest with nesting material, and the bird is on the nest, but you can't really see it that well in the photo. Here was another new species for the season. So here we have a raptor going away from us. And what can we see in this photo? Well, there's only really one field mark that's showing, and that is this big white rump patch. So this was a raptor with a big white rump patch cruising low to the ground as it was hunting fields. This is a northern harrier. Here we have a different raptor. We see a belly band and dark patagial bars. And we also see a dark trailing edge to the wings and a red tail. So this is an adult red-tailed hawk. And I'm not sure if this was the same bird or not, but this red-tailed hawk was perched in a tree as I was driving out of Burger Park. I like these signs that say, I Bird New York State Birding Trail. And here's the habitat of Burger Park, and we scanned and scanned, hoping to find the northern shrike with no luck, but I think we'll go back soon and hopefully get it. Taking a look at the eBird checklist from the Hawkwatch today, I had 48 species. I had a handful of new species for the season today, including the tufted titmouse from the morning. At Braddock Bay Park, I had a northern flicker. Then at the East Spit, I had a merlin cruise through real low through the fog. Back at the Hawkwatch, had the lesser black-backed gull and the bluebirds and purple finches, and then the northern harrier at Burger Park as well. Taking a look at the hawk count report for our migrating raptor totals, the only migrating raptor today was one bald eagle that was too distant for photos. So a total of one migrant raptor today. That brings the March total to 28 and the season total to 186. Taking a look at the forecast for tomorrow, looking like a chance of patchy fog early again, but then otherwise mostly sunny for the day with a high in the mid-60s. So it's going to be a beautiful, warm, sunny day. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's a good wind speed for us. If the winds were southwest, that would be a little more ideal, but that southerly element to it is definitely still favorable for us. So it's looking like a pretty nice day. The only concern might be that if the winds are too light, then a lake breeze could kick in the afternoon and bring the temperature down and kind of shut down the flight. But I'm looking forward to a great day of birding. It looks like the best day coming up. For Tuesday, another warm day, but it's going to be cloudier and there's a chance of showers. But again, there's those south-southeast winds at 10 to 15. So we'll keep an eye on that. And Wednesday, looking cloudy with occasional rain showers. Highs only around 47 and north-northeast winds. So not looking like a very good day. So I would definitely try to get out on Monday. And if you can't make it Monday, Tuesday might be an all right day as well. Well, it was another fun day of birding up here in Rochester, New York. And it looks like with the southerly winds the next few days, we may get some more early migrants and hopefully some raptor activity as well. So I hope to see you soon out at the Braddock Bay Hawk Watch. From Lyco Birds, this is David Brown. Thanks for watching.